It's time for our weekly segment with Feel when we talk about the importance of volunteerism. And with me, of course, is the CEO of Feel, Elena Villafana Sylvester. And Elena, good morning.
Good morning.
You've brought with you someone who I haven't seen in a while. He looks the same. Vincent Meharis from Rebirth House.
Rebirth House.
And you've brought with you Michael Brown, also from Rebirth House.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Lisa.
So what are we talking about this morning?
Right. So what we want to talk about, we're continuing this segment to talk about the work that civil society is doing across Trinidad and Tobago, and we're trying to change tack this week. We're off of the flooding for a little bit, and we want to talk about the fantastic work that Rebirth House is doing
And
in
has
terms
been
of
doing
rehabilitation
for years.
Yes, it's really, really wonderful work, and I think that what a lot of people do not know is that Rebirth House has a very special approach in the way in which they assist in rehabilitation, so that we are not just about talking about helping people get over their different types of addiction, but how do you prepare them to get back into society?
But then let's talk to
life on the
Vincent.
ground.
Vincent, it's been a while in this very
Lisa.
studio, right?
Morning, Trinidad and
Yes.
Tobago. Morning, Lisa.
Yeah.
Another day clean, another day gone. Eh?
Yeah.
It's great seeing you, my dear.
You too.
I was delighted to see that Lisa is here.
So
All
tell
right?
us what's going on, the work to help persons re-enter society.
Well, Rebirth House again, we're not just sitting there. We're not a hospital or a rest home or a soup kitchen. We're teaching people how to cope with life. So we're doing, we have a woodworking program going on right now, but we also have our garden,
Okay.
animal husbandry. We mind our chickens, we plant our food.
Yeah.
So there are a few things doing. We are learning a skill, able to feed ourselves, and see if we can get some profit from what we're
Right.
doing also.
So gainful employment.
Gainful employment, so the guys are learning skills. Well, most importantly, coping skills. What's the transition point? Because people come in and we say drugs, but why are we using drugs,
Yes.
And when you take away the drugs, what do you do now? So that's very important, with
So
all
yeah,
the
of course
drugs.
you have the counseling to go with it as well.
Yes,
At
definitely.
Rebirth House, yeah.
Because dealing with emotional upheavals, certain situations, traumatic experiences, even people that had a lot of indulgence in life. Sometimes we always talk of the addict as some poor suffering
Yeah.
soul. I was no poor suffering soul. I had it very nice. That's why I do all kind of craziness,
Yeah.
So we have to look at these
Privilege
things.
sometimes.
Privilege.
Yeah, the privileges that you take for granted, right?
Exactly.
Michael, tell us about your story.
Well, my story, I just got scared a little.
Well, obviously, you hear Michael, he was abroad and he came back,
Yeah.
certain situations and so forth. But Michael, I've been here with us. Michael?
Yeah, well, I've been with Rebirth House for the last year, and through Rebirth House, they gave me chance a couple of times because I had left and came back. But now this last year, I've been getting really in tune with myself now and learning more that is deeper than drugs. Because I stopped using drugs many times, but I just had, the wrong attitude and the wrong way of thinking. And, through this rehab facility, they taught me just not getting over from the drugs, but they taught me how to interact, how to do farming, how to work with people, volunteering from programs, helping fill house. Just doing stuff that I was unaccustomed to, because coming from the States, it's like I had a silver spoon in my mouth. So this taught me how to strip away a lot of things and bring myself down to a level where I had to realize that I'm no different from the next addict that's coming in here.
Yeah.
We all suffering from the same illness, because for a long time I always thought that I was better than people. So it just brought me to a humbleness and gave me a lot of humility on how to deal with things.
And you're building yourself back up one step at a time.
Yes.
Yeah, with the help of people like Vincent
Yeah.
and the Rebirth House team. Yeah.
And I want to talk about something that Michael just touched on. And, we talk about networking and collaboration of civil society. And Rebirth House, we're talking about how they're helping. But Rebirth House, in terms of its partnership and relationship with Field, also helps Field. So one of the things, for example, that they do for us is They help us in terms of when we have to unstuff containers, for example, they help us in that aspect in terms of providing labor to us. So these young men and the individuals there are not only helping themselves, but they're helping wider society.
Yes.
So people think of them as always being the ones that have to receive, and they're actually giving back and having a bigger impact on the national community through their volunteerism with Feel.
Yeah.
And I think that that is something that I want to commend them on in terms of their partnership with Feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what? As usual, I love the way that, Elena, you demonstrate that it's a collaborative effort and more is being done to bring the NGOs
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And of course, this is the platform every week, Vincent.
Yeah,
So we may
yeah,
see you
yeah,
again.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Michael, continue the
Yes,
course, you know?
yes,
Stay with it.
thank you,
Yeah, I want to tell you
Alright.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Stay with it,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right?
Michael
And
is doing well.
Vincent, it was so
Yes,
wonderful
Lisa.
seeing you again.
Yes,
Elena,
my
of
dear.
course, this is a weekly segment that you will be seeing every week here on Now, where we feature the good work of Feel and the network of NGOs, all the NGOs that collaborate with Feel and work so hard to volunteer. You do something good. Make a difference today, now.